Hey YouTube, hoopsbyl here, and today we're going to talk about spacing when taping your hula hoops and what to do when you get those creases and bubbles in your hoops. So as you see, I already have the hoop that I'm going to tape ready right here, and I'm going to be using these three colors. It's a bright green gaffer's tape, and a bright yellow gaffer's tape, and this blue electrical tape that you can probably find pretty much anywhere with a bunch of other different colors. But I think this will look nice like that. And what I'm going to use to measure, which is my little trick, is change various sizes. This is what I'm going to use to make sure the spacing between my tapes is together so that everything can line up the right way, hopefully. As I always say, taping a hoop isn't an exact science. Nobody's going to run up to your hoop and point out all the little imperfections. This is just for fun. You know, use your imagination. So let's get started. Now to start, I'm going to use the electrical tape, mostly because it's the most pliable, and I want the gaffer's tape to go on top of the electrical tape because it's stronger and it'll hold the corners of the electrical tape down. This electrical tape is probably where you'll have the most trouble because it will crease and bubble, whereas this will be less pliable and you'll have less give when going around the hoop. So I'm just going to kind of lay down the first pass, we can call it, kind of determine what angle I'm going to go at, and when I want to measure, because I want it to always be a certain width apart, when I lay my gaffers next to it, I use my penny and go one pass around, and then I'll measure 2 penny lengths and make sure that my next pass around goes next to that penny length. Now you might have to take off the beginning and just reset the angle until you get it right, but that's what you're using the penny for. And I'm always going to use it on this kind of edge right here, since this will be how I'm always going to be sitting. This will be where all the mistakes are pretty much made. If you get a crease, just unwind it and just smooth it down with your thumb. I just saw a little bubble forming right there, so I took my finger, and before I got too far away from it, I just smoothed that bubble out. Oh no! I totally didn't notice this bubble right here. So I got this needle right here, and I'm just gonna poke it and then flatten it out. Simple like that. I have another one too. Poke it and just flatten it out. Don't even notice those bubbles. Can't believe I let those get past me. Simple as that. for a bubble that you don't just smooth out as you're going. So the first color I think I'm going to put down after the blue is the yellow, because I think that will make a nice little contrast. I'm not going to start where I started the blue because I'm probably going to unravel this as I get to the end to line it up. So I'm going to start a little bit further down so that it can all just kind of even out as you get to the end. You're going to want to put that yellow right, not on the edge of the blue. You want to overlap it by 1 millimeter or 2 and just kind of follow that edge around. Now the gaffer's tape could be a little bit easier to put down once you get it going, because it'll just kind of continue on, but it does have less give. So if you find yourself messing up, you'll just have to undo it and just go back. You can already tell this hoop is starting to look neat. And I'm going to stop right there so I can judge where my next colors will go after that. And our last color will be this green. I'm just going to start a little further than I did with the yellow. Yep, I can tell I like this hoop. It's nice and bright. Another tip, try not to tape your whole hoop with one color all in one pass. You will absolutely drive yourself crazy trying to make it all perfect. Instead, try to break your hoop down in, half and third and quarter segments so that you can make sure everything lines up correctly. And if you do have any mistakes, which trust me, I've had a lot of mistakes filming and taping this hoop, you can easily pick the tape back up and reline it back up to make the colors line up a little bit better. As you get things more lined up, you can just kind of leave the tapes attached and just kind of start with one, do a little bitty section, do the next, do a little bitty section, catch it up, and then do the last section, as you'll see I'm doing here. Overlap it. Just make sure it's smooth and then cut the edge. Smooth down the tape. Smooth it out, make sure all the edges are down. And there you go, our nice little 3-color hoop. And trust me, it is not all perfect like it looks on camera, but it is a lovely color. So I hope I explained everything you needed to know about, spacing and getting rid of creases and bubbles. And if you have any questions, go ahead and post those below. I'm always happy to help. And give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It's getting warmer, spring and summer are almost here, so you might want to check back in so you can see my hooping videos and what other hoops I tend to make. As for now, talk to you later, everybody. Bye!